I hate how people who review music, and honestly most other media, go about doing it. But it's definitely the worst when it comes to music. I could go in depth about specific communities and fan bases and talk about how insufferable they can be, but I want to keep this video a bit more vague because I'm going to go in more depth in a later video so that I can actually make sure I'm saying exactly what I want to say. But this has been on my mind way too much to not make a quick video on. Now, what is it that I hate about the critic culture of music in particular? It mostly applies to the hip-hop genre, I'd say, as they get the most discussion about what is better than something else, which is fine. I like a lot of the debating and find it pretty interesting, until people start telling other people their opinions are straight up wrong because they disagree with them, which is unfortunately what I see more often than not. Music critic elitists that literally will get mad at you just because you like one artist or song more than another one. You guys do know it's called music taste and not music facts, right? Because that's how half these immature babies act. This was definitely the worst during the Kendrick and Drake beef, as if you ever said anything good about a Drake song during that, you would instantly be called a meat rider and be told your opinion is just wrong. Speaking of which, I made a video about it when the beef was still pretty fresh and still cared about it, but here we are in big 2025 and people still act like it's a big deal. Now I will say, while I still stand by some of the stuff I said, a lot of my stances on that kind of thing have changed, and I wouldn't have said the same things in that video if I made it today. But there's a difference between me contradicting myself and just changing how I feel about something months later. But I'd also like to take credit for sharing an opinion that was very unpopular during the time, but it's now aged very well and has a way wider group of people that agree with it. Now, since I don't really care about Kendrick or Drake anymore, I don't want to talk about it much more. Poor Antonio is, in my opinion, the best song from the beef, but I will kind of touch on it near the end of the video. Back to the central point. It's perfectly okay to have a strong opinion and show your disagreement, but don't be an insufferable douchebag that just throws the word glazer at every corner to shut up the person you're talking to. And don't act like you just have a better opinion. In my opinion, music for the most part should be listened to for the purpose of enjoying it, not for the purpose of having a good music taste, as I feel communities such as Anthony Fantano's, especially his live stream chat, what an unbearable hell zone, have a superiority complex that says if the music you listen to is too basic, like any popular pop artist, that you have a lesser music taste than others. How many times have you seen people get made fun of for just listening to some basic music for the purpose of enjoying it? Way too much, right? And I fear it has made a lot of people scared to even listen to music they might enjoy in fear that they will be laughed at and not taken seriously, which is just sad. Another community that shares these sentiments is Album of the Year, which is a great website, by the way. It's just ruined by the people who use it. People who don't understand jokes at all, take everything super seriously, and literally will attack you just because you have an opinion.